But between Dad listening in to my calls and his weird tendency to sniff my clothes when I came home late,
And when I got to school, I told my teacher that I was upset because my grandpa made me pregnant.
What's up, everybody? So real quick before we start the video, I want to apologize if the audio quality sounds a little bit worse than usual. I'm visiting home for the holiday, so I'm using a travel mic, so it might not sound as pristine as it normally does. But hey, gotta make do. With that being said, today I have quite the doozy for you. Now, we're no stranger to animation channels around here. We've actually become quite familiar with the animation community here on YouTube. But every now and then, a video that's low even for the animation community standards comes out, and I feel the need to cover it. And while weird pregnancy stories are nothing new to animation channels, some are definitely worse than others. And well, I think I've found two of the worst ones yet. They're both from the channel True Stories, which makes some of the most disgusting animation videos on this website, and they're titled My Dad Got Me Pregnant and Grandpa Made Me Pregnant. And sadly, we're gonna be watching both of them. Let's begin. Please subscribe.
Hi, I'm Maria, and if you're here for one of those weird Alabama stories, you've clicked the wrong video.
I wonder why somebody would have clicked this video thinking that. It's almost like you titled the video My Dad Got Me Pregnant with a thumbnail of your dad taking a selfie of your pregnant stomach while you cried. Yeah, this is an interesting way to say I just clickbaited you.
Yeah, my dad got me pregnant, but it's not what you think. Hear me out, okay? Growing up, I always thought my dad was a little crazy. But we're Italian, so I just assumed it was part of the culture.
What does that even mean? That's just offensive.
For example, while most normal parents got their kids a new phone or a used car for their 16th birthday, my dad bought me a glory box, which is basically this huge chest he expected me to fill with bed sheets, ready for when I got married.
What? Okay, so I just googled this, and this is actually a real thing. I have honestly never heard of this in my entire life. You learn something new every day.
Come on, Maria, when you gonna start making babies? I got no sons. It's up to you to keep the family name going, he used to say. I told him to chill and at least let me finish high school first, but that only seemed to make him worse. In fact, Dad completely ruined prom for me. When my date Jeremy came to the house to pick me up, Dad sat with him on the sofa, being super awkward.
Is this legal? I mean, keep in mind, all of these stories are supposed to be true based off the channel owner. Can you encourage your teenage daughter's boyfriend to impregnate her? I mean, I feel like you probably can't. Somebody needs to call CPS on this household.
When I came downstairs, Jeremy bolted over, grabbed my hand, and virtually dragged me out the front door. Dad followed us all the way out to the car, smiling and waving enthusiastically. Have fun, guys, and remember what I said, Jeremy. Protection is for pussies, haha.
Okay, so we're really just diving into this, aren't we? Keep in mind that this is a channel directed towards children, and you know what? I have the funny feeling that this channel has never been striked. As long as it looks child-friendly, which I guess these awful animations do, YouTube doesn't know the difference.
Safe to say, neither of us got lucky that night. And that was just the beginning of Dad's relentless crusade to get me knocked up. I couldn't introduce him to any of my boyfriends after Jeremy either without him measuring their shoe sizes or asking to see their paychecks. So I pretty much avoided dating.
Yeah, so this would definitely raise the eyebrows of law enforcement, I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't know if there's a hard, concrete law that would apply to this, but there's no way this would be allowed.
But then I started getting like 4 or 5 text messages a day from random men. Turned out, Dad was creating online dating profiles for me and sending my phone number to guys he thought were good catches. I can't even imagine what he put in my profile, but every second message asked how many kids I wanted. The other texts were just pics of, yeah. In the end, I had to change my phone number. When I finally met Thomas, things were perfect, so I tried to keep him a secret. But between Dad listening in to my calls and his weird tendency to sniff my clothes when I came home late...
You know, I always say this kind of jokingly, but I actually really mean it here. You kind of have to have something messed up with you to come up with this idea for a video. Like, this is honestly just disgusting. I can almost guarantee you that it was some grown man who came up with this story. That guy probably needs to be put on a list.
He must have figured it out.
Yep, just what I suspected. My daughter's been getting the schlong. I can tell by the smell of her discharge. I mean, what is this?
Still, I refused to introduce him. My dad's weird obsession with me having kids also meant that I had to be super careful about protection. I was on the pill and would sometimes take more than one a day just in case.
Yeah, that's definitely how that works. That's a 10 out of 10 doctor recommended strategy right there.
But about 3 months after I started dating Thomas, I could have sworn they tasted different. Around that time, something else changed too. Dad actually stopped bugging me about having kids and seemed to genuinely chill out. That was until one morning when I woke up feeling nauseous. I rushed to the bathroom and threw up violently.
Okay, so I think we all know where this is going, but this doesn't even really make sense for the dad to do. I mean, yeah, he'll have a grandchild now, but usually, in America at least, women take the last name of their husband. So it's not like she would even be carrying on the family name, which he seems to be so obsessed with. And in this situation, I feel like she would definitely change her name, if not just to spite her dad.
Dad's head popped in the bathroom door, grinning. "What's wrong, sweetie? Feeling sick?" I went to reply, but threw up again instead. "Don't worry, honey. Morning sickness usually passes after a week or two." "Dad, I can't be pregnant. I'm on the pill." "Oh, you mean these?" Dad said, pulling out a container of artificial sweetener tablets and shaking it in the air. As my eyes went wide with shock, Dad started laughing and ran downstairs to call everyone. So yeah, now I'm pregnant, and it's all thanks to my dad.
Yeah, so while I was a little bit uncertain about the rest of his behavior, tampering with somebody's medication is 100% a felony, so I'd be calling the police. Alright, so thank God that one's over, but we're not done yet. We gotta go visit our grandpa now. Now this one's just a YouTube short, so it won't be long, but I figured it fit the theme of the video, so why not suffer a little bit more?
Back when I was in 2nd grade, I thought you got pregnant by kissing. So I never let anyone in my family kiss me. But after my grandma died, my grandpa moved in with us. And he didn't know I was weird about kissing. And one day before school, Grandpa surprise kissed me on the cheek. Of course, I freaked out and started crying.
Now, this is a story you can kind of maybe believe when you first hear it, but when you start to think about it, you realize there is no way this actually happened. So I can understand a kid thinking this, but you're telling me that her mom or dad never tried to kiss her, resulting in her explaining this concern, and then them telling her that's not how it works? I mean, unless her parents just hate her, that would have had to have happened at some point.
And when I got to school, I told my teacher that I was upset because my grandpa made me pregnant. She took me to the principal's office, and I had to tell him that my grandpa had just moved in with us, and that when no one was looking, he kissed me and got me pregnant. To cut a long story short, the principal ended up calling Child Protection Services, and the police went to my house and handcuffed my grandpa.
So no sort of investigation or anything? They're just gonna take the word of an 8-year-old? Alright, sounds good to me.
Of course, they eventually realized it was all a misunderstanding, so nothing came of it. But still, poor Grandpa.
You know, I genuinely do not think I have ever seen an animation channel that does not just blatantly clickbait every single video they ever release. Just absolutely no dignity or respect for the audience. All they care about is views. Well, thankfully, those are all the animations I have for you today. I really do believe that this channel, True Stories, is just the most disgusting animation channel on this website. But if you know of one that's worse, let me know. I don't think it exists. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and walk on over to that subscribe button and touch it. It's free. It won't cost you anything. But for now, that's all I have for you today. Bye.
Subscribe.